One of my favorite comfort food dishes is Indian curry. So today we are going to make a chicken curry and homemade naan. So here we're starting with warm water, some yeast, a little bit of sugar, and we're going to stir that up, and we're going to wait to let that get foamy. It takes about 5 minutes. Next, we're going to add in some of our other ingredients. We're going to use a plain yogurt, one large egg, some olive oil, use a good amount of olive oil here to make sure that it's fairly moist. I'm going to use some all-purpose flour in there. And we're going to stir that up until it is a shaggy dough. I'm going to flour our cutting board, and we're going to lay our dough back out. And here's where we're going to knead our dough until it comes together. It's firm, little bounce to it when you touch it. Put that finished dough into a bowl, cover with plastic wrap, and let that proof and double in size for about 45 minutes to an hour. Next, we're going to start our rice. So, as you do with all rices, we are going to make sure that all the starch is off, soak it, strain it, do that a few times. Do that until the water runs fairly clear. We do this so you're not cooking the rice in the starch so it sticks together. It makes for a better end product. We're going to add that to our rice cooker. Add in our water. And start it up. Next, we're going to come back to our dough here. It has doubled in size. And we're going to roll it out here into a log so we can cut it into our portions. You can use a weigh scale here if you want to make precise cuts, but today I'm just eyeballing it, making the cuts and going from there. So you're going to make each one into a ball like you would a pizza dough, do this to all of them. This is going to allow us to roll them out into circles. Now get yourself a rolling pin. Make sure everything is floured, and start rolling out until your naan gets fairly thin. Not see-through thin, but I would say maybe little less than half-inch thick. You still want a little bit of bite to the naan. I like to stretch them out a little bit, make sure everything is nice and uniform, and we're going to continue to do this for the rest of them. Now your naan is all ready to go for the pan. We're going to heat a gas stove, get our cast iron on top of there, spray with a little bit of olive oil, ensure it has some good heat to it, and start putting them in the pan. The pan should be smoking a little bit. This is going to allow the naan to bubble up nice and quickly, get a nice char on one side, and repeat for the other side. You're going to continue to do this with all of your naan, and then pile them up on one plate. What I like to add here is a grass-fed butter, garlic, and parsley to each one. This gives it extra flavor. And I really find it a delicious addition to your naan. They will be good without this, but this just adds that extra depth of flavor. All nice and buttery, garlicky. Next we have our pan nice and hot here. A little bit of olive oil, and we're going to start to sear our chicken thighs. I like to use chicken thighs for this recipe. They have better flavor, more fat content, and I just find they don't dry out as much as chicken breast. Use a large enough pan to get all your chicken thighs in there without overcrowding. Make sure to season your chicken. I just season it with some salt. And you're ready. You've got a decent amount of color on one side. Flip them over, give them a little sear on the next side. Now the chicken doesn't have to cook completely through, because we are going to finish this chicken in the curry later. Keep that chicken fat in the pan, and we're going to add our onion. in, which is going to help release a little bit of moisture, which is going to deglaze the pan, get all the fond off the bottom. You want to continue doing this until the onions have developed a nice amount of color, about a golden brown color. Add a little bit of salt in there to draw a little bit of moisture. Now we're going to add some of our spices and other seasonings here. We're going to add a bay leaf in there. I have some chopped up ginger and garlic as well. Just give that a little saute to get it nice and fragrant. Next, we're going to add in our curry powder. Here I'm just using a mild curry powder. Good amount of it. Make it nice and pasty and enough that's going to flavor the entire dish. Add in a little bit of oil, toast those spices, and then add 1 can of coconut milk. We're now still getting some of that fond off the bottom, making sure everything is incorporated. It's bubbling nicely. Looks amazing at this point. Keep stirring. Don't want anything to burn on the bottom. Now I found 1 can wasn't enough, so I added in another can of coconut milk as well. Give that a nice stir. I like to add in chickpeas. I find it gives it a nice body of richness, flavor. And then we are going to add in our chicken thighs. Add them all in to the curry. And then bring that back up to a simmer. Now that it's up to a simmer, give everything a little stir around. Make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. And continue to simmer. This is going to thicken the curry a little bit. But also one of my favorite additions here is a bit more plain yogurt. Add this in closer to the end, and this is also going to add a little nice acidity, a little sweetness, along with just a beautiful texture to the curry. It's going to thicken it up. It's going to be rich and creamy. Bring that up to a simmer, and the curry is done. Not a bad time to season it too. Give it a little taste. If it needs a bit more salt, add that in. Now we're going to plate. So in a nice bowl, we're going to add in our jasmine rice, followed by our chicken thigh pieces, some of that nice curry sauce, get lots of chickpeas in there, and the rice is going to soak up all of this flavor. And don't forget that delicious garlic naan we made earlier. Break that in half, put that to the side, scoop it up with the naan, complete.